same question flipped the other way. You know, how do you trust the publisher, right? I'm sure fraud is you know, something that you see a lot of attempts at, certainly. What, you know, how does that play into how you work? And just give me your thoughts on fraud. We'll start with you.
Yeah, so I'm kind of in the lead gen business, so fraud definitely has happened and can happen. We're very aware, you know, obviously we log in, we look at our reports every day. If there's a new publisher that kind of pops up, and there's some trends, we can tell by traffic, clicks, impressions, conversion rates. We look for these sorts of red flags, and we'll reach out to the publisher and try to acknowledge them either through email or through phone. We kind of have a series, you know, of follow-ups, and if we don't follow up after a certain period of time, we have to freeze. If we don't get back, if they don't get back to us, we have to freeze that activity and freeze payment. And that's worked well for us, because most publishers that want to work with us, I understand a lot of them are very busy, but will get back to us usually within a 2-week period, and they definitely want to receive their check.
Right.
So it's something we take very seriously, and we've got to be cautious of, but we do have, you know, kind of the different you know, things in place to kind of protect ourselves.
Got it. Okay. Gary?
Yeah, similar in our network. We have systems in place. We have our own teams that are focused on fraud, and again, it's part of it is the close relationship we have with the advertisers, that we're very aware and on top of what's happening. And it's usually very obvious when you can see certain spikes happening that they're on top of that, and we work internally. We have these sort of an enforcement team inside that makes us clearly identifies to us if they think someone's suspicious, especially if someone may be even overriding cookies that they shouldn't be. We have an internal team that deals with that. And then it comes into, again, because we have such a good support system with our advertisers, we can quickly identify and fix that issue of any fraud that suddenly pops up.
Now, if I understand right, you pay mostly on a CPA basis,
yes,
or entirely on the CPA
yes.
basis.
Well, we have a lead generation program, a search generation program.
Okay.
Completely separate to that, but yeah, on the affiliate side, it's mostly on the CPA basis.
So clicks that come through, you know, that are robots or something, they're not going to buy anything, so you don't have to worry about that. So what does fraud look like? Is that people who place orders and don't follow through, or is
it's
that...
a little bit like that. I think most of the times if you see an affiliate of something that's come from nowhere and is spiking very quickly, that's as an example, that's usually a clear indication. We've got to keep an eye on someone, because most of the time we hope it's just a great new publisher that's coming in, but sometimes we have to just be aware of that kind of stuff. And that's the beauty of what we have as a service. We quickly identify that, we get on top of it, we monitor it, you know, because we have had emerging publishers who have been great performers very quickly, you know, have introduced a new technology that's helping them drive traffic. But we're very much on top of it, and a lot of the time we're very familiar with some familiar players that have done this before.
Sure.
And then internally we have systems to enforce it.
Got it.
So we're always aware of what's going on.
Cool.
And then we work very closely with advertisers if they have anything that they've seen on their end that they're suspicious about. So we work closely with them and say, have you seen anything from this traffic that's been driven? What are you seeing that user do? And that's how it works.
Cool.
Yeah.
Brett, you work both CPA and CPC, right? So there must be some additional challenges there. Tell us about those.
Well, I like what they said, first of all, about number one is there's a technology standpoint to protect you from fraud. And Linktrust has a myriad of technological features that help to prevent fraud, hopefully before it happens, as well as detect it if it's occurring. But you can't ignore the most important thing, which is really not the technology, it's the personal relationship. It's the manhunting. And you know, I've seen networks come and go because of fraud. And by and large, the ones that go, it's because they don't manage anything personally. They just sign up whoever signs up. They run whoever runs. They don't watch these spikes.
Right.
And they expect the technology to just tell them exactly who the fraudulent publisher is. The technology is only so good as you can configure it, and even when you configure it properly, you still need to have a personal relationship. So my thoughts on this topic has always been, know who you work with. Speak to them on the phone. Never cut a check to somebody you haven't personally spoken with over the phone or have a relationship with. And again, because this industry is so relationship-based, it's not hard to find out about people.
Right.
And it's very easy to discover who's worked with this person and what is their reputation in the past.
Okay. Let's shift to the future a little bit. What do you think's coming? What's the next big development you know, that's just going to happen in the industry?
I think one of the next ones is already here, and that's mobile. Mobile tracking, mobile offers, mobile-to-mobile advertising. Mobile now is what internet tracking used to be 8 years ago. It's in its infancy, but it's exciting and it's really taken off. And we found that we've had a great amount of demand from new clients who are trying to get into the mobile space, trying to track mobile app downloads, or trying to track their conversion rates from one mobile app advertising into another mobile app's advertising. And so, to me, that's very exciting because obviously mobile devices are exponentially getting larger and larger and larger across the globe,
Sure.
and vastly outpacing the PC, the desktop, and things like that. So, that to me is one of the most exciting new ventures in online marketing.
Cool. Gary?
I can't agree more with that. I think that's exactly what we're seeing as mobile is just becoming more and more relevant. And, overall as an industry, you've got to remember what we're seeing as a network, we're outpacing what normal e-commerce growth is doing, and that's a wonderful thing overall for the affiliate marketing world. So that's a great thing as well. People are starting to see the value of affiliate marketing. It's not so much an education process now with certain marketing teams who are looking online, and that's a great win for us. But I do agree, I think mobile especially we're seeing some exciting things there, and we're very well equipped to deal with that, and we're always looking for publishers who are very strong in that. And a lot of the publishers that we already work with are starting to see that, and that's their roadmap for this year especially, to really get strong in mobile, because most of our advertisers are really demanding it and asking for it, and we more than want to facilitate that for them.
Cool. Phil?
Right. Mobile, no doubt, is a hot topic right now. It's we have a mobile app as an advertiser, but we don't anticipate folks completing an application on their mobile device. But
Right.
what we do is we collect basic census data, shoot them an email, so when they do get to a Mac or a PC, they can complete the transaction there. But
Can you give affiliate credit back to that publisher who drove
we're
the-
working on that. We're working on that. That we haven't launched it yet. We're trying to tie up the tracking internally so that we can work with our networks on that.
Cool.
But we're headed that direction, and we're working quickly on that. But that's back to your original question. That's really the hot topic that pops into my mind: are tablets, mobile. Everybody's on the go. Everybody's here and there, airports, whatnot. So that's.
So last question, if I'm a publisher, I've watched this and I understand now, okay, I can write about specific products and link out to them in a special way and get paid, but I'm still a little confused. Give me one tip of how I can become an expert. What should I do? Who should I talk to? What should I read? To get better as a publisher.
Industry conferences kind of pop into mind. One of my mentors, Sean Collins, has a conference called Affiliate Summit. Really, any of those types of industry conferences can be good to go out, go to the workshops, maybe find some books on affiliate marketing that are pretty recent. Even the older ones are pretty current.
Okay.
That would be my tip.
Awesome. Gary?
Yeah, as Linkshare, Rakuten Linkshare, what we do is we have a lot of education programs that we're starting to provide, and they're from webinars to really help the publishers develop. And like I said before, we have a very dedicated net development team that wants to develop within our network. We're always looking to valuable publishers to come in. But I agree, come to a lot of the trade shows and the seminars and things like that. We have our own symposiums that we do. We have one in June, the Symposium East in New York, which is always great. And really get yourself visible out there in the affiliate world. That's the best way to do it, and learn what's going on.
Okay. Brett, last word.
I think for me, it's about finding a mentor, finding somebody who's successful in the space, and that might be somebody that you met at a show. But finding somebody who is willing to share some of their information with you, and believe it or not, there's a lot of people that are willing to do that. They're willing to spread the message of affiliate marketing,
Sure.
and they're willing to share some of the secrets of what they've done, because in the end, the more that affiliate marketing grows, the more it benefits those who participate. And so I think, just in my business contacts with LinkTrust, I found that I've met some fantastic business owners and entrepreneurs. Some people you would never expect, but yet they're so successful, it is just amazing. And those types of people I like to learn from, to find out what they're doing that's different, and how are they doing it. And they're more than happy to share that information. So I would say find somebody that you trust, find somebody that you look up to that's doing well in the industry, and speak with them, talk with them, and learn from them.
Great. Thank you. Can't help but give a little plug for VigLink here. If you want to learn more about affiliate marketing as a publisher, come check out VigLink. We may be able to help you as well. This has been another Future of Publishing episode. Thanks very much for joining.